What is going on, party people? It's your boy, Uncle Jim. Thank you so much once again for joining me for another fantastic video. Today, I got something super special for you guys, something new that I've been wanting to do for a little while. I said in my video yesterday that I wanted to try some new stuff, and today is going to be the first episode of a comparison series. I see a lot of other COD YouTubers doing something similar to this, where they take two of the more popular guns in the game and they compare them against one another to see which one has the clear advantage. And in this episode, we're going to be comparing the Grau and the new CR56 AMAX to see which one reigns supreme and if the meta has changed at all. So let's get into it. So the first thing to consider when talking about these guns is that they both have some pretty well established meta setups already. Both use the longest barrels, both use monolithic suppressors, and beyond that the build kind of goes down to the individual's preferences, whether they're like high mobility or low recoil. So mine here is pretty easy to understand. I got the Merc foregrip tac laser long barrel, the monolithic suppressor, and then the rubberized wrap, again to reduce recoil. On my Grau, as you can see, I have a sight on it, the Archangel barrel, the monolithic suppressor, tac laser, and extended mags. And what you'll kind of notice is that while these loadouts are a little bit different than what everybody runs, there is a well-established meta with these, and for the most part, they use the same kind of components, right? So if you use something similar to this, just know you're going in the right direction, and you've got a pretty well-established build that everybody kind of agrees is the best in the game. Now, of course, there are some added benefits to each of these guns. The Grau can use up to 60 round magazines, while the AMAX can only use up to 40. The AMAX is using the 7.62 ammunition type, so it has a little bit extra damage per second, but it entirely, again, depends on your preference, because there are a lot of other differences between these two guns, like recoil control and fire rate, that do make them different, and I'm going to show you guys those right now. So as you can see, these are the recoil patterns of the base ARs. The AMAX has a very vertical recoil pattern, so much so that it actually goes up over the wall, but the Grau is very, very similar. It also manages to go up, not quite over the wall, but it does get to the top of the wall towards that upper lip there. So they're very similar in terms of their base model recoil patterns, and again, with all the attachments, they're still very similar, as you can see here. They both have vertical recoil, and the AMAX might be a little bit up and to the right, while the Grau might just be straight up, but they're very, very similar in this regard. So as for which one is better, there's obviously more to consider than just recoil patterns and DPS. Personal preference makes a huge difference. I find that sometimes the way that a gun sounds, even if it's a placebo effect, impacts the way that I play the game. And I kind of like the AMAX better for this kind of reason. I think the AMAX sounds like it's a harder hitting gun. It feels better in my hands. I feel like I hit more shots with it. But the Grau is the more accurate gun, and to be honest, as of right now, there's no AR that kind of tops it. There's really nothing that can recoil as little as the Grau and hit shots as far away as the Grau. Now, with that said, I think the AMAX is better as a medium range AR, but you really aren't going to get in too many engagements in Warzone where medium range is going to super excel. For the most part, you're going to want a long range AR and then an SMG for just about everything else. So it really depends on what game mode you're playing, whether you're playing Warzone or regular multiplayer, and beyond that, personal preference is a huge thing. But I will say the Grau is still probably the king in the game as of right now. The AMAX is a very, very good choice though, so don't sleep on it. It's very, very dangerous, but the Grau definitely has the edge still. Well, that concludes my first comparison episode. I had a lot of fun making it. I think my next couple I'll go into a little more depth, talking about DPS, talking about rounds per minute and things like that, but I wanted to just give it a try and dip my toe in for now. Like I said, the Grau is the superior gun as of right now, but it's just one little nerf away from, I think, going below the AMAX. I think the Grau hits better shots at better ranges, has better damage range, things like that. But I think that's kind of because it hasn't really been messed with all that much, while the M4, MP5 have had time to mature and grow and be nerfed. I think the Grau, once it gets a nerf, which it obviously will in the near future, might be in the same category as the M13, the M4, and the AMAX, which might even the playing field a little bit. But that's all I've got for you guys right now. As always, please click like down below. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me over on Twitch. Check out my merch. All those links in the description. And comment down below which AR you like better, the AMAX or the Grau. I would love to hear from you guys. As always, have a great day, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.